Well, I think really this is the continuing fears about recession in the United States and emanating from the banking crisis, issues that we've seen yesterday. Um, the market is clearly very focused on the US economic outlook, but that we should still bear in mind that China and the developing world, those are the countries which have been seen as the real drivers of oil demand this year. And you still have predictions out there. I think they will continue that we're perhaps going to be in for a tighter oil market in the second half of the year as some of these large economies, gradually come back.
That's right, particularly as we see markets tightening on the improvement in Chinese demand, but also the most recent slate of OPEC Plus production cuts. Nick, I also wanted to ask you about how companies are performing in the sector, because it has been a pretty decent quarter for big oil so far. What did you make of the BP results, and what do they tell us about the operating environment for some of these European majors?
Yeah, I mean they have had some fantastic earnings in the last sort of 6 months or so, making up for some serious losses during the pandemic, of course. So they are sounding more confident, and we've had results so far from several of the oil and gas majors, and they are talking about reinvesting some of those profits, as well as, of course, the returns to shareholders and buybacks, but reinvestment. And we are seeing a bit of a theme, I think, from the European oil and gas majors about investing in oil. It seems, tentatively at least, that oil is becoming popular again, making a comeback. It's something that the CEOs and the CFOs want to talk about, is where are the next sources of oil going to be for them? What are they going to be investing in?
Yeah, oil's becoming popular again. Just don't say it too loud, Nick. That's the problem with a lot of the ESG investors out there. Are we going to see a similar story from Shell when it reports earnings this week?
I think Shell will be crafting their message very carefully. All of these companies are committed to the long-term energy transition goals, and they see actually a natural decline in demand for oil sometime in the next decade or two. But they are kind of altering their message slightly, and we've heard that from BP yesterday. And even in the last few months, we've heard it from BP that they are slightly walking back on some of their commitments in terms of fossil fuel